Well, as we know, there is a gigantic press pack following the royals around their New Zealand and Australian tour. And joining us right now is the royal editor for the UK's Sunday Express. Good morning to you, Camilla Tomney.
Hello,
nice
morning.
to see you in the flesh.
I know, rather than down the line.
Exactly. Now, we are just a little bit beyond the halfway point of this tour of Australia and New Zealand. Are you surprised at the ease with which Kate has developed into this role? It'd be pretty daunting for most people.
I know, some people can't believe, I think, that she's such a relative newcomer to the royal family because she's just hit the ground running. She hasn't really put a foot wrong. I mean, her outfits have looked beautiful. And I think that's the interesting thing about the Duchess. You know, she's got a quiet confidence about her. She's kind of got every reason to be a show-off, but actually isn't. She's not introverted, she's not extroverted, she just handles herself very coolly. I think it's helped enormously that her advisor-in-chief has been her husband. They're very much an equal partnership. We even see that when they bring the baby down the steps and she might be carrying Prince George and then hands him to William, and it just all seems very even-handed. So I think she's playing a blinder at the moment.
How is all of this playing back in the UK?
Very, very well. Obviously, gorgeous George is massively stealing the headlines, but at the same time, they're like a star couple at home as well as here. I would guess Australia, actually, after America, has the biggest following for them, and that's why they're making so big here. Back at home, it's been all over the papers. Him particularly, because he's remained quite elusive, the little baby. We've seen him coming down from the airport steps. Obviously, we hope to see him at the zoo. And so basically, I think just everyone's just loving every minute of it. And it's a good news story at last. You know, we've had quite a lot of problems and MH370 and austerity and political crises, and actually the royals really lift the news agenda.
They're certainly putting smiles on faces wherever they go, and that included yesterday in the Blue Mountains, obviously an area that was devastated by those bushfires 6 months ago. In amongst all of the good news, there was a bit of a security scare. What do you know about that?
So it was strange because I was at the Girl Guide hut and we were all there having lunch, and then previously there had been two guys who had been down in that town. Is it Willamie? Winmalee, thank you. I needed a local to say that. And basically, these two guys were acting suspiciously. The police took them aside. It was kind of a little bit of a storm in a teacup, but it obviously added a bit of a dramatic dimension to what has been a very smooth tour. The royals, completely oblivious. They did the thing at the Girl Guide hut, and then they went up to, obviously, to Echo Point to have that lovely view of the Three Sisters.
Yeah. Just going back in time, as everybody inevitably is doing, looking at how this tour compares to the one by Charles and Diana and William back in 1983. As the years rolled on beyond that, we saw more and more that Diana was the star, William was the star. Charles, it appeared, had a bit of difficulty with that.
Yes.
You don't get the impression that this is going to happen with Kate and William.
Well, that's also what I mean about them being a very equal partnership. So in the old days, you would have people lining both sides of the street. They all wanted to see Diana and no one wanted to see Charles, and they would be disappointed if he walked past. I don't think you could say that for the Duke of Cambridge. I think people are really happy to see him. And also the Diana factor, you know, lives on through him. He looks like her. He's got her very elegant, delicate way about him, if I can put it like that. He's very charming. He's obviously got the height, so I think they've both got equal billing, and that's great for their relationship, but also great for the punters here, because it means whatever side of the road you're on, you're happy with who you're going to be greeted by.
Yeah, and she continues to do great things for the fashion industry. That Diane von Furstenberg dress had sold out within a half an hour yesterday.
Ridiculous, isn't it? Even though William, though, said that the yellow dress made her look like a banana. It's a little bit harsh, isn't it? I thought she looked very elegant in that at Sydney Opera House. But hey-ho, look, she's a fashion icon like Diana was. She'll continue to be. And even baby Prince George, dungarees that he wears selling off the shelves. It's madness.
Yeah, indeed. Camilla, lovely to see you.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the tour.